Hey everybody, I am Kevin Iole. Welcome to Yahoo Sports and UFC 273 on Saturday. What a card it is. It is loaded, two title fights at the top, and the main non-title fight is what I'm going to talk about now. My guest is Gilbert Burns, the former welterweight title challenger, one of the best fighters in the world, and he has got his hands full. Gilbert, you and Khamzat Chimaev, this is a fight a lot of people are talking about. They want to see if this guy is the real deal. I know you can show us whether he's real or not.
Yeah, a lot of questions will be answered April 9. We'll see. I think he's very, very tough. A lot of respect to the guy. He's been finishing the competition like very good. He's been making statement every time that he stepped in the octagon. But now we level up. Now we're going to a top two in the world, and we'll see. We'll see if the guy's going to become a Conor McGregor or it's going to be like a Sage knockout. We'll see.
You know what blew me away, and I don't like to talk to you guys about betting too much on this, but how big of a favorite he is over you. I mean, he is a 6-1 favorite. So I was saying, I'll be honest with you, when I had to make a pick on the fight, I'm like, I'm not sure who I'm going to take. Then I see the odds. I go, I'm taking Gilbert Burns. I know that's how that's going. Does that bother you? Do you think is that kick at your pride to hear you're such a big underdog?
No way, it never, for sure not gonna bother me. Let's just get all my fans in there, all my supporters, and put the house on it, and let's make 5 houses. Just like let's get rich, everybody. So I'm excited. I like it. I've been underdog in my last 4 or 5 fights, and I don't mind. It's just like I think it's the same thing with Glover Teixeira, Charles Oliveira. So yeah, not a case. I don't. To be honest with you, I think back in the days it used to kind of bother me a little bit, but now it don't make no change.
Darren Stewart did an interview where he talked about, he's never been hit harder or never felt somebody as strong as Khamzat Chimaev. Does that, when you watch him, does that come across? Do you see that yourself that, hey, this guy's a physically strong guy and a really hard puncher?
I heard about that, but who else that guy trained? A couple of things just go through my mind. I respect these guys. I don't want to, I don't want to put myself like criticizing those guys so much, but I grappled with Gustafsson before too. And a lot of good things happened that training for me, so and I trained with a lot of monsters too. I just don't keep saying, I trained with Anthony Rumble that did. You remember what he did with Gustafsson?
He can punch, yeah.
That uppercut. I trained with a lot of great guys. I've been in the sport for so long. I think the guy is very good. I do believe Chimaev is very, very tough, like for sure. No, top 5, top 10 in the world for sure. But sometimes it's funny. These guys say, "Oh, this guy is a monster. He's a murderer." Yeah, he might be. We're gonna find out. Only April 9. Couple questions gonna be answered, but a lot of things that people say. Every I'm doing a lot of interviews, and people always asking the size.
Right.
I just have one answer. As big as you are, a small weight, you gotta cut. So he's on the same. He's on the same. Is it the same thing?
You knew that from the other way coming up, right?
I know that. I've been there before. So if you're very big, Merry Christmas, you gotta cut a lot of weight, and that's not easy. That was hurting my performance a lot. So he's very big. Burns used to be a 55, whatever. I don't have to cut a lot of weight. I'm very strong. I'm a tank in that division, high level grappling, heavy hands. So it is what it is. We're gonna fight. I asked for this fight, and I'm excited.
I don't think there's too many fighters out there that would want to take you down and grapple with you. I mean, your grappling is, at next level, right? He might be that one guy though. So, do you expect him to try that, or what do you think?
I hope. But I anticipating we striking, we grappling, we're wrestling. It's not gonna be only one way. Not gonna be a freaking kickbox. I can guarantee you that it's not gonna be a kickboxing amateur battle when the grappler's fighting. It's gonna be an MMA. We're gonna grapple and wrestle for sure. And I hope he's that guy that gonna try to take me down and grapple with me. That's my hope.
That'd be something else. Now, I think, you showed something in your last fight against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. This is a guy that not a lot of people thought you were going to be taken down and putting on his back, and, who historically over his career, nobody had been able to do that to him. My thought is, or my question for you is, Gilbert, did that come like as a result of what you learned from the Usman fight? Did that make you even more determined to show, what you can do? I mean, because that was one of your better performances, I thought, in your career against a really high level guy who's not easy to take down. Did you feel like after the disappointment of the fight with Kamaru that led you to another level in your career?
I believe so. That loss to Kamara definitely like teach me a lot of lessons. And the discipline, using my strengths, it's one thing that I've been doing a lot. Like it's a little cliche, but we do have to kind of my best, my strengths have to be super sharp going to my fights. And yeah, that Kamara fight taught me a lot of lessons. And the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson performance, I don't think, I agree, it wasn't the most exciting, but as a game plan and execution,
Right.
was the best one. I thought he gonna kind of scramble more and try to get up more, and I know he could, but why? If the guy not doing a lot of damage, why? I just think he don't even give me a lot of credit, and I don't care, but he should scramble a little bit more, try to get back up on his feet more, but he didn't. That's why the fight, I was expecting that a little bit more. But in terms of game plan, training camp, execution, that was my best performance, because everything that I trained,
Yeah.
I delivered, So, and the discipline too, to be very disciplined with a guy like that, very dangerous strike. Just see a photo shoot or a photo, all his previous opponents before me, everybody had the face messed up. He's
Right.
not me, but I think in terms of game and plan and execution, the Kamaru fight taught me a lesson that I was able to execute in the Wonderboy Thompson camp. That was a very, I agree with what you said. I think I was able, I execute differently than my previous fight.
I mean, because let's be honest, you're not going to win a straight kickboxing match with Stephen Thompson. He's one of the best kickboxers there is. So you put a game plan in there that, that was effective and played to your strengths. And, hey, if he didn't do that, it's kind of too bad on him, but you were really amazing that night. What do you think now? I know after you beat Thompson, you had discussed, okay, I want the title shot, but it was almost a half-hearted thing that you said, right? I think you knew that probably wasn't going to happen, and Dana put an end to that pretty quickly at the post-fight press conference when he showed up. But do you think, if you do what you think you're going to do to Chimaev, do you think that puts you right there now? Because now all of a sudden, you not only beat Stephen Thompson, but now you're going to come back and the other side of it, you're going to be this heavy, wrestling grappling star type guy. Do you think that all of a sudden changes your positioning?
I would love to say yes, but I don't know. I think it's about a performance. He's going to depend on my performance. If I go out there and get a spectacular finish, yes, I'm next. But if it goes to a split decision or, not as entertaining as people thought, then I got to do one more fight. But I think nowadays, everything's about a performance. If you go out there and do something like, people had the mouth open and like, wow, yes, title shot. If not, one more fight. So, and I'm not making not a lot of expectation on that. My expectation is going to be on April 9, be there, present, and give him my 100%. And we'll see it after, but I believe that fight doesn't go to a decision. That's what I see. If he's coming the way he's been coming in his last couple of fights, and if I show up the way I plan, show up, he's gonna be like second round finish or something like that. I don't think either one of us. I don't know. I just see a finish on this fight.
I'm going to finish this interview asking you a little bit of an off the wall question, and which I don't even think is going to happen. But Kamaru keeps talking about fighting Canelo Alvarez in a boxing match. Bringing you into this, if he does that, that puts the welterweight division on hold for a while, right? Does that concern you when you hear, because that's a fight to me that MMA fighters aren't going to win that fight against a boxer. A boxer's not, going to lose to an MMA fighter generally, when they're at similar levels. So, that doesn't do any good for the people chasing Kamaru, right? Because A, you have to wait. And then B, doesn't it make him lesser if he gets beat up, let's say, by Canelo Alvarez, and then you go into a fight to fight him? He's not the same guy that he is now, where he's this monster destroying everybody.
That's a good question. But to be honest, I like the payday for him,
Of course, yeah.
He's gonna change the guy's life, So but I'm not chasing Kamaru, I'm chasing the title. So let's put that, okay, that's gonna happen. He's fighting Canelo, end of the year, whatever. We're gonna make an interim title, and I'm going for that, So I'm not, to be honest, I trained with Kamaru last week. He helped me out a couple times for this fight, and I don't have, to be honest, I don't have that. I gotta beat this guy. I don't have that no more. I'm in peace with that feeling. It took me a little while, but I did make a peace with that feeling. And I have 2 goals now in the UFC. I want to fight the best guys, and I want to become a champion. And whoever holds that belt, I'm coming for it. If he does lose to Leon or goes to fight Canelo, good for him. I want the best for him, but I'm not chasing him. I'm chasing the title. And I think Khamzat one step closer. And it's a lot of things happening to kind of think about that.
Exactly.
It's a big problem rushing in front of me to take care. But I kind of see the scenarios a little bit. Maybe Leon beats him, and then trilogy. That will, then it's taking forever. Then whatever. I fight Kobe, I fight another guy. I don't mind. But I'm thinking on August, September, November. I don't want to think it that far. I'm kind of trying to stay relaxed, sit down, make sure diet is in control, training camp is in control. I'm sharp every single day, and I show up April 9 and perform my best. That's the only thing. And then after that, we can talk, then I'm going to start, okay, I think that's going to happen, this and that. But right now, I got a tough job to do,
We know you're going to be ready for that one. That's going to be a hell of a fight. One I'm really going to look forward to on Saturday in Jacksonville, Florida. Gilbert Burns, thank you so much. Good luck against Khamzat Chimaev.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a good one.